Good morning, wonderful people. Good morning, good morning, good morning. So what I want to share with you today is Course in Miracles and Lesson 1. So if you're doing this, remember that Course in Miracles isn't about gathering knowledge. It's about undermining all your belief system. So of course I did it the first time and read it all. I'm thinking, look at me, I read it all in a couple of months when it's supposed to take a year. Learned nothing. And then I did it the second time thinking I'm doing it properly. Got as far as lesson 136 and realised that I still really wasn't embodying anything. I was still gathering knowledge. So I made a commitment to start at lesson 1 and really embody the message. So lesson 1, wow, it undermined every single thing and it causes chaos. When you really do these lessons properly and embody them rather than just finding the knowledge, but really understanding what does that mean and sit with the lesson no matter what comes up and all the awkwardness that comes up. Let me tell you what happened yesterday without going into detail. So lesson 1 is, like this computer I'm looking at means nothing. But then what you do is you see all the belief systems comes up. You see all the attachment you have to that computer. But that's okay. You can drop that quite easily. But when you start to say, my son means nothing. Whoa. One by one, all the attachments come up. Now I allowed them to come up. I didn't write them down yesterday. I just allowed them to come up and I could see all the attachments that I had. I went through my whole family, money, work, whatever it is. I went through them all and I saw all the attachments, but I still didn't write them down. I just knew that everything was being disturbed. And so what happens is that, and unbeknown to me, that I had caused this disturbance in my vibration. It's just like ego kicking off, going, it does mean something. It does mean something. So the biggest one that I had was like, you don't mean anything. You mean nothing. To say that to yourself and see what comes up. Wow. So then what I noticed last night was a situation came up. And I could see it all. And I could see the anger rise in me. I could see frustration rise in me. But in any moment, I had a choice to choose love or choose fear and foster the anger or foster love. And so I chose to use that anger and point it towards love. Because I know that whatever I do affects the whole. It is a butterfly effect. Whatever I do, whatever I think, affects everybody. These are not my thoughts. And if I entertain them, I affect the world. Immediately I affect my family. I affect my own life. So it's quite a selfish thing to do. To be disciplined in your mind and to make that choice for love or fear in every single moment. Every single moment. And so as that anger came up, I really, really pointed it towards love. And I shouted it alive in myself. I love you. And when I was speaking to my daughter about this situation, and she, there was complaints here and judgments here and judgments here, even though through her pain and through her tears, I stood firm. And I said, we must stand as one. The world is being taught to fight each other. We must stand as one, my darling. Not with judgment and finger pointing. For I hope that nobody has to go through what my son is going through. And you can point the finger all you like. But all it really means is that he doesn't care for himself enough. She said he doesn't care. And I said, I know. Because he doesn't care for himself. He doesn't care for himself. So what does he need? Love, not judgment, because he doesn't love himself. Otherwise, he would never treat himself this way. And so then that brought in somebody else, and I could feel the anger in there. Why are we not standing as one? I could hear, that was it. I don't understand this behavior. If somebody calls on me for help, I will help them as far as I can. I will give. I do not understand how you can go, no, it's inconvenient, and shut the door. I hope you never have to ask anybody for help. That's all I could say. And they took that as me attacking them. I just said, I hope you never have to feel that. I hope you never have to be, this person is 55. And I said, you could have another 45 years on this planet. You never, never, never know what's going to happen tomorrow. I hope when you call for help that somebody is there to help you. And I meant that with all my heart. I really did. But in all that judgment, what I realized my own frustration is that I've always been able to see the good in people. I see that good. I see you. I see who you are. I see that you want love. But there's all these stories going around you that are just nonsense. Nonsense. I see you. That's why whenever they tried to bully me in school, that I never noticed, because all I saw was, oh dear, you're having a bad day. You're taking it out on me. Oh well. I see you. And I also see all your stories. So I want you to see your stories. Sit today with Lesson 1, Course of Miracles, and say to everything, you mean nothing. And I wrote down all my nothingness today, this morning. I wrote down, money means nothing. My goodness, all the attachments that come up. And all these attachments are a belief system that you have about yourself and your relationship with money. Write them all out. Don't be afraid. Don't be afraid to write them all out. See them. But here's the thing that I'd been taught to do, was to write the opposite and then make affirmations on that. Oh my God, the effort that's involved in covering one illusion with another illusion. Nothing in this life means anything. This is an energetic system that is just moving. You think a thought, it will move in that direction. That's it. What thoughts do you want to think? Well, think them. It's no big deal. It just is. So when you can bring down everything to nothing, to 0, you can see all the crap you've been thinking, all the belief system, everything. Don't believe a word of it. Don't believe the negative. Don't believe the positive. It means nothing. It means nothing. Now this leads us into Lesson 2, but we'll leave that for the next video. Lesson 1, just first of all, it means nothing, and see what comes up. Don't attribute a meaning. Because here's what I realized. My meanings are hurting me. The meanings I have are hurting me. I noticed the weight that I was carrying for every single belief that has been passed on to me and that I have contemplated unknowingly, thinking that everything had a meaning. Nothing has a meaning. Try it today. Don't swap one illusion for another, because that takes extra effort and you carry the weight of that too. There you go. Lesson 1, Course in Miracles, just completely shattered my belief system. I dare you to do it properly, and not just to go, oh, Lesson 1's done, let's move on to the next lesson. No, all day walk around saying this means nothing. This means nothing. This means nothing. Pick your worst subject and say it means nothing. See what happens. See what comes up. Write all your attachments out. And actually what I did with some of the attachments that really still were causing something in me, I tapped them out. If you've never done tapping, just look it up. EFT tapping. I'm not going to teach you. I don't necessarily, it was just something I did. It keeps me active, thinking I'm actually doing something, but I'm not doing anything. It doesn't mean anything either, but it's like doing yoga, it feels good. And so just tapping out some things, ones that were sticking. Because when you say something over and 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 over, it can lose its validity. Like with my horse, he was scared of ropes. So I stood in the stable one day and I just threw a rope over his back. I mean, he was scared to begin with. But, after probably only 15 minutes, if even that, he was just like, what are you doing still here, throwing that rope over me? We didn't bat an island. When I could go in and swing that rope around this table and he'd just be like, well, don't hit me in the eye, But I mean, that would be it. He wasn't scared of it. So face everything. That's one thing I noticed as well. How most of us are afraid to see the truth. You've got to know where you are before you know where you can go. So this first lesson is so important, to see exactly where you are, to be completely truthful, to pull up all those beliefs, all of them, so you can see them and see their rubbishness. Like, I don't even want to tell you what came up with when I said, Wolfgang means nothing. Wow. Well, I will. Let me share with you. Let me just be honest. Basically, I have to be Superwoman. I'm not beautiful enough. I'm not tanned enough. I'm not fit enough. I'm not slim enough. I'm not making enough money. I'm not cooking the right meals. I'm not happy enough. I'm not funny enough. I'm not, my God, I couldn't believe all the stuff that came out. I couldn't believe it. And I'm trying to be all these things. I just put a big X through it and I was just like, are you kidding me? I can't live up to this standard. Whose standards are these anyway? My God. Love me or leave me. Like, it's simple. Money. Love me or leave me. It's simple. Children. Love me or leave me. It's simple. Will you dare to do this lesson properly? I dare you. The weight comes off. You can start laughing at your belief system and go, this means nothing. Bring yourself to ground zero. Wow, it feels so good. See you next lesson. Cheerio now. Have a good day.